Well, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you tonight to the Circle K 150 here tonight from, well, Chicagoland Speedway. I'm here joined tonight with Connor Trifari and, well, AJ Hyder. He ain't in the booth right now. He's got something to do, but, gentlemen, how we feeling right now?
Man, this should be a good race. First race of the playoffs for the Circle K Truck Series. Should be a blast.
That indeed. And, well, I think some people we've had already a very interesting practice. Some names that we've seen that have surprised us.
Yeah, a couple of guys. One of them is Lucas Sipka and Duncan Fall, who are actually 1-2 in the practice standings right now. Pretty impressive for two guys who are, if I'm correct, both under the cut line.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Following, Darlington, which set the playoff field on points, we've seen a couple surprises. First of all, there's Enoch Hancock in 6th right now on the timing board. He made it into the playoffs.
He did, yeah. 4 points above the cut line. Definitely looking for a deep run here from Enoch. I think he kind of felt like he tapered off there towards the end of the regular season. I don't know if you really caught on there. If I were to pull up some of his results, which I don't have right now, he just hasn't had the amazing speed that we saw earlier in the season, where he racking off some really good top 10 runs. So it'll be interesting to see if he can kind of get back into the groove here at Chicagoland.
Yeah, absolutely. But there is somebody that just caught my eye right now. He just put a heater down. That's Ethan O'Cotter. He didn't make the playoffs necessarily, but I think he might play upset. Same with William Schmidt right there, who's top of the board.
Yeah, William Schmidt, don't think we saw him last week at Darlington, if I'm correct. He did Atlanta the week before, but we know he has some good speed here, and he can definitely play a little bit of an upset role here, as we do see Dylan Fox actually jump up to second fastest in practice.
Yeah, no, Dylan Fox is one of those guys that you just gotta wonder when is he gonna break through and get that first win, because we've seen it with Payson Lindsay in a photo finish last time at Darlington. Just when will he be able to break through?
When will he be able to break through? We see Lucas Sipka jump back up to the top of the board. I would say we can make some picks, but qualifying has not gone through yet, so we can't do that quite at the moment. But if I had to ask you, Wayne, who would be your pick for the championship? I know we have Michael Walls, who has won 5 races. He is currently 31 points above the cut line. I know it's a low-hanging fruit. Are you going to pick him, Wayne?
No. Well, I'm not going off of just the championship. I'm just saying who makes it into that final 4 or final 5 we got here. And, well, we've seen him get a couple poles here, but when I got my eye on the 90, Nicholas Budimlik.
I like that shout. He joined late this season, went on a really good run. Didn't race Darlington because he was locked in. Lost a little bit of seeding points from that, but he's only 6 back, so it definitely is possible. I'm keeping an eye on, though, is Lucas Sipka. He snuck into the final 10th position going into this playoffs after a really good run at Darlington, after I believe it was Corbin Collins, am I correct, who had a really good run going, got into some issues with pit strategy. But Lucas Sipka, I feel like he's always kind of like that guy. You'll see him around the top 15, top 10, and he'll just start sneaking his way up through the field. I actually spoke to him earlier this week. I went to VLK to go do some goat karting because we had a week off for the Cup Series. And I was asking him how he was feeling about Chicagoland, and he was kind of told me bluntly, like, I wasn't going to race this race because he has a little goat karting tournament coming up tomorrow. But he said he feels good about it. He likes his chances at saving them tires and getting some positions late in a run. So I'm keeping an eye out on Lucas Sipka here.
I completely agree with you, and I do want to point out that awesome new paint scheme that 54 has here going into Chicagoland. Fastest on the board right now until the end of practice, but man, that's one nice looking ride.
Definitely. Really nice Lucas Oil car. I believe Chris Lilly made that paint scheme, if I'm correct about that.
You want to take a look around and see if there's anything that would give it away?
Yeah, I was looking for the Chris Lilly design logo. I don't know. I think he did make that car though. I'm like somewhat sure he made that car.
I
It's
don't
really
know.
nice.
We'll find out in post race if we ever interview him tonight.
That is true. Yeah. But we
Less
do
than 5
have
seconds
some
now.
qualifying coming.
Yep. Now this is going to be the interesting part. You've seen who's fastest in practice, but that has draft. That has everything that could affect it. Qualifying's a different game. Let's put it simply. Some people wait for the cloud coverage. I know you do that, Connor.
See,
I'm too fair. I
I
can't
wait for
blame you.
the cloud coverage, but I just go whenever AJ goes because I believe AJ is just like a genius and he knows when to go.
Some guys are on track already. That's Eli Bodine in the 07, AJ Lombardi, Kohler McGillen, who let's just say he had a rough outing for the past 2 races. Back in Atlanta, he went airborne, and at Darlington, he got caught up in a couple wrecks in the back early on in the race.
Yeah, and that was really unfortunate for him because he was somewhat in that playoff hunt. If he didn't go airborne at Atlanta, he could have probably had a shot to make it in.
Yeah, as we're going to take a look here at Nicholas Budumlik starting his first lap here, crossing the line. He's on his first heater. And then we've seen this almost all season long. The way these trucks can go full throttle, yeah, it's almost on the edge of control, as you can see there. Him fighting with the truck to keep it flat out as he crosses the line. That's a pretty good time, 31.4 for Budumlik, but for now at least, William Viola is taking the fastest lap.
Yeah, not too shabby, and you commented on the full throttle nature of the trucks, and we see that a lot of these Mile High Haas. And it kind of lures some of the drivers into this false sense of security with their tires, thinking they can just kind of push it the entire run, but they really got to take care of those tires because once they fall off, and you will be falling through that pack.
Yeah, and it's one hot day here at Chicago, out here in Joliet. You can see the track temps 111. That's scorching for these tires.
Yeah, that's pretty
gleaming.
hot. I don't know if you can cook an egg on that, but I think it'd be pretty close.
Give it some time, and if you eat it too early, you get salmonella. More cars crossing the line, starting their second lap. Some already ending their qualifying run. For one of those, that was a go big or go home. Bailey Herbertson, he takes it 18th for now, 2/10 off of Kohler McGillen, who we were talking about, who's putting on top of the line right now.
Yeah, we do have 33 trucks here, so one person does go home. Looks like everyone's still in the session, so really it's going to be whoever either messes up their lap or just puts down the slowest time. Right now it looks like it could be Camden Elric if everyone else qualified, but we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah, no, currently Nathan Inman is on track, and he hasn't had a good outing in these past few races, but ultimately he's 17th right now, 18th, but coming to the line for the end of his second lap, the 51 Red Bull Ram is going to be able to, let's just see here, let's take a look at the times. 31.49. That puts him up to 8th on the board.
Yeah, not too shabby. As we both have, as we have Payson Lindsay and Lucas Sipka both in their second lap going to turn 3 and 4 here. Both of them look like they kind of just took their first lap easy, banking on the second lap here. Coming to the line, Payson Lindsay jumps up to 2nd, Lucas Sipka jumps up to 5th place. So that strategy worked out for them. Kyle Turzak on his second lap as well, coming out of turn 4.
And here's a guy that we didn't get to see back at Darlington. William Schmidt starting his first lap. He waited until the end of the qualifying period.
Kyle Turzak, top of the board by a good margin. Now here's the bubble question. Will Jared Wilson beat Camden Elric to make it into the top 32? Wait, am I dumb? Sorry, wait.
Might already be set in stone.
Wait, am I dumb? I might be dumb, sorry.
Hey, it's alright, it's qualifying. Anyways, William Schmidt on his second lap.
Sorry, yeah, Jared Wilson.
That's 5th.
I believe he will be out.
Yeah, you hate
Not
we
bad.
hate it for Jared Wilson. Is he
Our
there in his
local lawyer
Budweiser
here in
83?
ASCA. I think he tapped the wall somewhere because it didn't count his lap. Let's
Ugh.
see real quick. Oh, he tapped it on the on the backstretch going to turn 3. Yeah, so Camden Everett will make it in by the hair on his chin.
Well, that settles that, I guess.
Yeah, it does.
You know, we had Henry Califf go into the session, but ultimately he did not attempt a lap.
He did not. I do want to just touch on Micah Walls qualified 15th. Not really the best qualifying effort from him that we've seen throughout the season.
You won't believe who made it back in time.
AJ
Oh
is
my
back.
God.
Yes.
How's it going, everybody? This
Yeah,
is
speaking of
Markiplier.
Anyways, we got a little bit of a starting lineup to do. I'll start off with the first 10.
Oh, dude,
All
the
right.
horns. Why are we down? No.
Oh, that's not good. How
Oh.
bad are they down?
We're down 23. What the?
Damn.
What? Mello
Alrighty.
hasn't hit anything.
All right, now let's get into the starting lineup tonight. Kyle Turzak's on pole with Ethan O'Connor in second. Mason Lindsay's third after a big win last week at Darlington. Bowler McGillen's in fourth with William Schmidt in fifth. Duncan Faw in the Moo Motorsports truck is in sixth. William Viola is ninth with Lucas Sipka in eighth. Ethan O'Cook, who's actually in ninth, is going to be, well, I said it 3 times already if you didn't understand. Eli Bodine rounds out the top 10, though.
We got Nicholas Budimlik in 11th, followed by Enoch Hancock in 12th. Jake McQuill making his return in 13th, followed by Nathan Neiman in 14th. Michael Walls in 15th, followed by Brennan Timon in 16th. Ryan Quallen rolling off 17th, followed by Justin L. Johnson, the Atlanta winner 2 weeks ago, in 18th. Michael Barbaric starting in 19th, followed by Dylan Park in 20th.
And then we got Action Champion in the 08 starting 21st. Aiden Graham starting 22nd. William Gregory 23rd. A.D. Lombardi is 21st. Gabe Bennett 25th. Jacob Mitchell in the Bath Pro Truck brand starts 26th. George Tosma in 27th. C.J. Erdman in 28th. Bailey Herbertson in 29th. Michael J. Whiteblocks himself in 30th. Oscar Johnson Liu 31st, and to round off the field, Campton Elric starts 32nd.
Those going home tonight will be Jared Wilson and Henry Kellogg. What a shame for them, but most importantly, let's get this party started.
Yeah, I think before they go green, let's make some picks. AJ, you are the visitor. Who are you picking this race?
The visitor, what does that mean?
Yeah, you're the visitor, man. Who's your pick?
Oh, I'm the guest guy. Okay.
Yes.
I feel like, wait, who do I feel like right now? I feel like Gunther Steiner when he was on the Coda broadcast. So we're gonna go with William Schmidt tonight. I feel like he's got the speed to get it done tonight.
All right, Wayne, who you go?
You know, I'd say I said it's his day a couple times already, but give me McGillen. Give me the 77.
McGillen.
Starting fourth.
All right, give me Lucas Sipka, my GOAT. I believe in Lucas Sipka.
I hope you believe hard enough to manifest this win. Anyways,
Hopefully.
pace car is off as we are getting ready to get this party started. Green flag. Let the playoffs begin.
So far, so good. As we see 3 wide, a little farther back, where I believe that's around 11th to 10th right there. Good start though by Turzak. But Ethan O'Connor still looking to his outside here.
You know, this is the nail biter already. Turzak's just barely cleared O'Connor right now, who's looking for his first win alongside the rest of the field, alongside Schmidt. As they get this first lap done, it's Turzak for now leading into one.
Yeah, you see several cars there on the apron to start the first lap. You're going to see that a little bit through the first couple of laps, but I feel like as soon as tires wear out, you're going to want to be above that white line just to not burn off the right front.
As we see Mason Lindsay looking to the inside of Ethan O'Connor. Ethan O'Connor going to give that spot to him. But AJ, as you mentioned, with the tires wearing, is there really like a preferred line here at Chicagoland, or can they run the top and the bottom here and kind of keep the tires intact?
Yeah, I would definitely want to say you can run the top here, absolutely. It's just, it kind of depends on how the track state is right now. Looking at the track temp, it's 106 right now, so there's definitely a little bit of grip there, but not kind of like you're kind of in the middle ground, I'd say. You're kind of like in between a state of just it being really grippy compared to super free. But yeah, you can definitely make that top grip work if it starts to wear out.
Yeah, I do want to know. I'm already seeing this on what is it, lap 4 now. Some people are already clipping the safety barrier off the exits.
Yeah, you're gonna have that with some of these old. Oh, we got a crack in the back, guys.
Oh man.
Oh, that's not looking. Really, oh, good lord.
This is really far in the back. Jared Wilson is on track, even though he didn't qualify for the race.
Yeah, no, put him in there. There's enough junked cars already. Let's get a replay.
Yeah, I think he's chunked anyway. What?
Was he really not supposed to be in the race?
Oh, AJ Lombardi? Is that AJ Lombardi? No, sorry. I'm name dropping people here. Is that Gage?
Yeah, you're accusing innocent
No, it's
people.
Michael Barbaric.
He gets to Dylan Fox, and then that just stacks up that top line.
Yeah, I think he got spooked by Champion down low, and he took out Dylan, took out Gage Bennett.
Oh, look at George Tolsma right there.
Tolsma is dead. Jacob Mitchell was involved. Bailey Herberson. Oh man,
just bad luck for these guys out back.
Yeah,
that was a hit though by George Tolsma. I just want to say, good lord.
Yeah, I think he's definitely out of the race for sure. I didn't even notice this. Jacob Quill, he left.
Oh, interesting.
So he qualified in and then left. So maybe that's why.
Oh, that's why. All right.
Well, I did do some digging earlier, and we can go 41 laps or so on fuel. So it's roughly a 2-stop here to the end. I think it's a little bit too early for these guys to come down pit road for some tires and fuel, though. Unless you're in the back.
Yeah, on board with the 35 with his wild ride already on lap 4. Yeah, you can just see the chaos spreading through the back end of this field. The 50, the 25, the 05. These multiples.
Yeah, I kind of think this wreck was a little bit of a product of a bunch of people who are coming back after not racing in a while. I feel like I haven't seen Michael Barbaric, his name in a long while. Same with Ashton Champion and Gage Bennett. They all just kind of showed up, and unfortunately, I think they're all wrecked apart from Champion.
Yeah, it's just a bad deal for the most part. If you're not really able, or at least if you're not really comfortable driving around a group of cars, you're just going to have stuff like this where guys overreact in certain situations, and you saw it exactly happen right there. They had the room. It was just one car came up a little too much and caused a big wreck because of it.
Yeah, caution already. It's already lap 6. We've seen how hot it is out here and how, well, I should say, unstable the field is. What's a trend you think we'll see all race long? And it's only lap 6.
Well, I think we'll see the aggression for sure, because with this new truck aero model, track position is very key, especially with the dirty air. And that's why you saw all these guys going 3 and 4 wide sometimes throughout the field, just trying to get all the positions they can before the tires start to wear.
As we go double file, we are ready for another restart. As you see there's Terzak. He's taking the top line, putting Lindsay in the bottom.
Yeah, definitely a strategy.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. You know, we've seen this multiple times before. Mostly at like Iowa, where the low line just doesn't have grip. Dover, where you're just still in the middle of the corner.
I will say the only thing. Oh, you're good. You go.
No, you're good. All right, but I was gonna say it's pretty easy to actually side drive with the way the arrow is now. If you're on the top line and the guy on entry on the bottom is still with you, you're probably you're sorry, I'm like having a stroke right now. Oh my god.
Rest in peace.
Ignore it. Never mind. State in ruin.
Maybe another time.
Yeah, another time. Don't worry.
Anyways,
We
Bates
are
goes
back
back
green.
off. Yeah, bad start by the 99 on the inside. He's stacking up the inside line
Yeah.
right there. People are diving in and out, fading out. As it's going to be Turzak leading in the one once again.
Yeah, I was going to question the top line here, especially with the bottom lane, and you can use the dog leg for travel, but it did work for Turzak here. He's going to be able to get a little bit of a push here from Ethan O'Connor into 3. But not what we saw last restart, a bunch of 2 wide throughout the field.
You can see through the bumps in 3 and 4, especially on the bottom. Pace and Lindsay, super sideways right there. Is able to hold on to it though.
The 3 wide, I think that's Duncan Fall in the middle up there for 5th.
Yep, and that's Michael Walls clearing Duncan Fall in the middle.
Yeah, I talked about Michael Walls and his somewhat average qualifying run today. He's all the way up to P6, looking for P5 here. Great start by him. He knows how precious that clean air is, and I think he wants it.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say though, Duncan Falls is hanging on pretty well. Same with Eli Bodine. With all this field of winners already.
Pace of Lindsay got really loose on the bottom there. But so far, so good. I think that's Nathan Inman looking 3 wide above, I believe that's Duncan Fall and someone else in the middle. So it's a black and white truck.
Ethan O'Connor right there getting split 3 wide down the middle.
Middle, not really where you want to be here, especially with the side drive from both the top lane and the bottom lane.
Oh, Eli Bodine in the wall, hard on it.
He's got on the
man.
wall there. Nathan Inman, oh man. Hey,
I do
just
want to say
rest.
this field's just the closest opponent you can get in motorsports. A bunch of sharks that smell blood in the water. The way they scramble past everybody, it's a 33-man rat race.
You could call it game of sharks and meadows right now. Kyle Turzak, he's the meadow. Everyone else is the sharks trying to catch him right now. And right now, Kyle Turzak, he's not letting anyone have it right now.
Yeah,
No,
in a
he
game of
is
sharks
not.
and minnows, I will say the number of minnows decrease and the numbers of sharks increase. So he's going to see a lot more problems later on as there's Pace and Lindsay on his back end gumming into 1.
Yeah. Trying to get there. Dirty air's gonna be an issue here though for sure. As we do have 1 retirement so far, and that is George Tolsma after his very hard contact with the wall. I assume it's going to conclude with their retiring that car.
Yeah, that was a hellacious hit, as they would say, for George Tolson. I was expecting to go in, have a nice week, have a nice Friday night, drive some ASCA, and well, no, lap 4 came, and it came to collect.
Well, you know who is having a good night? That is Lucas Sipka, who's going through the middle for 5th place, looking to pass Duncan Fall, and I believe that is Williams. No, that's Nathan Inman up top. Really good run by him so far.
You were talking about not wanting to be split middle, but what about splitting someone in the middle? That's a different story here that we saw with Lucas Sipka.
Yeah, it definitely is, because with that run you can get through the middle, you can kind of force the other guys into an uncomfortable situation as someone just door banged the Eli Bodine through the trial.
That's the 71. That's the 71 of William Viola. I assume I hope no hard feelings already.
You never know with the Truck Series. 15 laps.
Yeah. When I said that last time, Turzak tore the absolute hell out of Schmidt.
That kind of came out of nowhere because Schmidt just joined the league.
When you join leagues, like, there's gonna be people you know, and you're gonna treat them like as if you just got done racing them the day before, pretty much. So if they like rob you of a win, you're just gonna absolutely hip check them if you see them later in a different league.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's where the case is, especially when other leagues are involved. These guys, they don't forget about what happened in other leagues. They'll race you exactly the same way. Doesn't matter what you've done in here. That doesn't matter if you, let's just say, pissed them off in some other kind of league.
Yeah, absolutely. As for probably those that only watch ASCA, you probably see these guys a lot on different networks.
Ooh, Inman in
And
the
there's
wall.
Inman in the wall right there. Holy! Oh, he's still in the
Not
wall.
ideal for him. I think that's 61 Duncan Fall with William Schmidt on his inside. They're going to send it 3 wide here. Lucas Sipka on the top. They're going to door bang.
Door slam Sipka.
Yeah, Sipka will not be too happy about that. But as they're doing this, the top 4 has started to break away here. And that could be big for Lair in this run when the tires start to wear longer.
Yeah, absolutely. Because once these tires start wearing, even though it's only lap 18, you think, for some people think, oh yeah, no, they're like massively worn now. There's a different story with this track, of how it feels from lap 18 to lap 30.
And we kind of saw that in Michigan when I believe it was. You have to remind me of the 2 people, but I think it was Cole Wilson and was it Michael Walls? I think it was Michael Walls.
Yeah.
And they just tandem away from the field and nobody else could catch them because they didn't have the leader's draft. And we could see that. We could have saw that if William Schmidt and all of them stayed side by side there for a while, but they've gone single file out and they should be able to catch them here.
Yeah, and plus, this is a lot less track compared to Michigan, which was what we saw, a 2-mile intermediate. This is just 1.5 cookie cutter. Different factors in hand.
The tighter window too between Michigan and Chicagoland, so more likely than not gonna have a caution-free race this time around.
No, a caution-free race that was already gone on lap 4.
Sorry, guys. Oops, my bad.
Well, today though, I think we're about halfway through this run here. They should be looking possibly do some pit stops here. If you're gonna stick with the 2-stop, you could pit around 33 or so to split in thirds. But if you don't really trust the field and don't want to risk getting stuck a lap down here, you might see some guys go longer. Slow cars are about to catch. Gage Bentley and Name Graham both severely off the pace from that first wreck.
Yeah, Aiden Graham's gonna be the first one they catch. He's just getting into 1, and you compare it, Terzak, that's not a lot of time left for him before he gets lapped.
No, it isn't. As we see, that's Payson Lindsay. Yeah, Payson Lindsay in his new scheme, I believe, getting passed by Duncan Faw? Yeah, it's Duncan Faw. Wait, no, it's not Duncan Faw. Sorry.
That's William Schmidt.
That's William Schmidt. I keep forgetting what his truck looks like. Okay, pink spoiler. Got it.
And you can see there, if you were timing Lucas Sipka, yeah, no, here he comes. He's trying to get past Payson Lindsay now.
Man, the horns are they're not doing good.
If
think
you that bad, come on.
It is.
What do you mean?
We're down like 25 in the first half.
Oh, you got it.
Oh man. So we have a little cluster of cars here for I believe that's around 10th or so. Some 3 wide action, middle of the pack. Dylan Fox on the inside. Really close quarter racing here as they head to 1 and 2. It's Nathan Inman, he's fallen back a little bit since the start. Same with 07 of Eli Bodine. Both of them have kind of fallen back from their good qualifying efforts.
Yeah, 11th on back is just close quarters racing, as you could just tell this is going to be the main cause here. And speaking of the devil, 31 around.
Oh man,
massive hits for the 95. Cautions out on lap 25.
If you said that right, the 31, that's Enoch Hancock, one of our playoff guys who was stuck in the middle of the field there. That could be huge when it comes down to the nitty-gritty here in this playoffs. From the looks of it, Dylan Fox just flipped Ian Hancock, and Ian Hancock then got clipped by CJ Erdman.
No,
very simple.
That was more netcode on CJ Erdman. That's a little bit unlucky for him. He was trying to. He wasn't. He was just a straggler this time. That's all I can say. I'll take a look back. Here's.
Was he? No, he wasn't.
Oh, never mind. After he turned him. After he
got clipped. But no, he just turned him.
Nothing you could do there.
No, nothing you could do. But this does open the book very wide for strategy here. They could probably make it on one more stop here if they could. 40 laps
on board with Ian Hancock. I just hard hit into the outside wall. A little bit of saber barrier to help him from getting CTE later on in his career. But for now, that's gonna be problems on pit road.
Wait, that was 100% concrete. He's definitely got CTE. This is a slow shot.
Oh, you see, basically everyone.
I'm not a doctor, so you could definitely tell right there.
I will say, that's just a product of being stuck in the mid pack. Ian Hancock qualified 12th, fell back a little bit to 17th there when he got wrecked. Not where you want to be, especially for the first race of the playoffs.
Yeah, Enoch can't be the happiest right now because I'm pretty sure he is so far the only driver in the playoffs that's been involved in a wreck. And already +4 coming into this race, you already had a decent cushion, but not by a lot just because of how much the spread is between 3rd and 10th. It's going to put him way behind.
Terzak wins the race off pit road. Michael Walls in 2nd. Payson Lindsay's 3rd. William Schmidt's 4th. And Ethan O'Connor is going to round out the top 5 there. All 4
Big jump
tires.
By Ryan Kwan. Ryan Kwan up to 6th place here off the pit road. That's huge.
I do want to know...
Lucas, what happened? Oh, dude, Lucas came out in like 15th.
Yeah, no, he had a slower stop of about 3 seconds, probably a little bit of fix up the damage, I guess. But there is a suspicious stop I want to talk about. Kohler McGillen had a blazing fast 1.1 second pit stop, and that's concerning me.
Wait.
Took 4, right?
Wait, let me take a little gander at this real quick.
I'm just hoping it's not my telemetry going crazy because that's suspicious. Any luck right now, Cotter? So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we might be having difficulties with the booth. If I do have my co-commentators right now, I think they would say something, and I'm not hearing anything, so that's concerning me. Ain't that great to see? But anyways, we are back green here from Chicagoland, and it's once again Kyle Terzak leading into 1. I'm really alone. That ain't good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Kyle Terzak on the outside line, but Walls is still going to contest it. Terzak to chop the front bumper off of Walls, but that's going to allow Payson Lindsay to go on the outside of him. William Schmidt's going to take the inside of Payson Lindsay, and he's going to try to put his hand in the ring. Terzak goes to block the cut to into the apron, but for now, it's going to get really uncomfortable here, people. on the inside line and try to get on the inside, but here comes Michael Walls as Payson Lindsay's losing pace out up high. It's just going to be Michael Walls up high and Kyle Turzak. As I got the rest of the booth back in here. All right, is everyone in here? Can we hear?
You good?
Yep,
All right.
We're good.
I covered.
I covered.
All right.
All right.
I don't know what happened.
Well, that was on Discord, by the way, people. Anyway, side by side, going down the backstretch, it's Walls and Turzak.
Yeah, not too surprising to see Michael Walls being really aggressive here, trying to get that lead. Don't think he'll be able to get it. As Turzak chops his nose off,
That was close.
beating him that dirty air, but Michael Walls is still
there.
Here comes Payson Lindsay. Will he
This
go
could
3
make
wide,
it-
try to get around these guys?
This is going to add pressure to these top two drivers. They were single file and orderly before, but these guys just want glory.
Whoever gets a leader, they can definitely just change the outcome of the race because all they have to do is just aero block if they can clear them.
Turzak can beat him with that dirty air.
on Walls.
Payson Lindsay should be able to get by here, maybe. Be close. I think he's got it. Yeah, Payson Lindsay with the P2 here. So we see Ryan Kwan. Is that Ryan Kwan there? I spot in that bright orange Bass Pro Shop star? Or is that not Bass Pro?
I really think it is. That's not even Bass Pro Shops. That's Sheets Mountain Dew.
Yeah, same thing. Great run by him. He's in the playoffs as well. He's actually, oh, he's above the cup line. Okay, good for him.
And the Battlefield lead's cooled off for now. Turzak's taking a single foul, but Payson Lindsay's going to run the top side to try to pass him here. Or will start the pass as he's going to get a run down the backstretch.
He's got it right here. He could try to peek right here, and he does. Here comes Payson Lindsay to the inside of Kyle Turzak.
And we know Payson
He's gonna
Lindsay.
try to get the
he
air
will
on
not
him.
stay
Again,
behind
Turzak.
anybody.
Yep.
Just
And here goes
barely clears
Michael
him.
Walls. A little flip flop here for P2. Field Duncan Fall, and I believe that's Ethan O'Connor, too wide for 7th place here.
I will say there's a decent bit of discipline because if you put anyone else up front that kind of fight Turzak, they just bump him or absolutely turn him out of the way.
Well, you know who I thought would have done that was Payson Lindsay. I really thought he was going to give him a little bit of a tap there to send him out of the way, but nothing so far from Payson Lindsay. As we see Ryan Kwan getting passed by William Viola in 4th place here, or at least trying to pass him.
Yeah, I think some of these guys
He gets
just don't
tight.
want
He
to.
gets tight and loose. Ooh, man.
Yeah, I will say I think with them not doing that, I think that's just them trying to show what's all in their hands right now. As if you try to not move early, they're gonna expect it later.
Yeah, William Viola is really struggling on this bottom line here. He keeps getting tight and drives up into the other trucks. He might follow the top 10 here within almost a lap.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he might have actually did a 1.1 pit stop. He went for a whatchamacallit, not even gas or anything, just I don't know, like a thumbs up.
What are you talking about?
Oh, no, never mind. I was talking about Colin McGill. He's in 14th.
Oh.
I got the wrong numbers.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And entering the picture for second, that's William Schmidt right there. We watched the battle for the lead as these guys burnt up their stuff. That allowed Schmidt to close in. Same with Ethan O'Connor, maybe even Duncan Fall.
Yeah, we've seen this a lot throughout this race, is that top line will just freight train whoever is on that bottom. So if you want to make a move on someone ahead of you, you got to make it within a corner or two, or else you're going to lose a few spots here. So they're going to be 3 wide for 3rd place. I don't know who that is, sorry. That's William Schmidt looking 3 wide down low. He might get a 2 for 1 here. I think he will. Yeah, he's going to get clear.
Ethan O'Connor tried to follow Schmidt, but the dirty air right behind him didn't help at all. So he couldn't get the move done, and duck and falls looking on the inside of him, just like how Payson Lindsay's looking to the inside of, well, Willem Schmidt.
Yeah, again, these guys might need to watch out with how much they're battling. If they keep side drafting each other back, they might lose the draft to Michael Walls, and it'll be really hard to catch back up to them. So far, so good for Kyle Turzak. Has led basically every lap unless he got past for 1 or 2. But great job by him to defend his pole so far.
I do want to say, if Turzak was able to be here a little more often, I think he would have had a great shot at being in the playoffs here. But for now, at least, he gets the run for smiles and victory. There's somebody I do want to know. You know, after his big win back in Atlanta, Justin L. Johnson's running 7th right now, and then I'd say that's a good run so far for him. As he's going to be looking to the inside of Payson Lindsay, who's been dropping off since that restart after he burnt up all his stuff. That's going to put Justin L. Johnson to 6th.
Started 18th, and now he's made his way inside the top 10. Right now, if nothing goes wrong here, he's going to have a great day.
He'll got a few battles in the top 10. Duncan Fogg, to name one of them, trying to make his way around. I believe that's Brennan Timon. We haven't seen too much of this season. Lucas
and right behind them, it was who started up front, like back on the last restart. That'd be Duncan Fall and Eli Bodine. They were both up front in single digits, but now they've dropped back to 11th and 10th, respectively.
Yeah, and those are 2 playoff guys, so they're both looking for really good runs, and this could be a good race for them, especially with Enoch Hancock having troubles. That's one guy above the cut line, if they could jump here, and being the 2 guys closest to the cut line, that could be huge for them.
Yeah, but ultimately, they got to survive this run at least, because for Lucas Sipka first, he's getting pounced by William Gregory, who we haven't seen for most of the season, and, well, William Viola, who I was talking about having a non-existent pit stop, but I was wrong on that one, because that would be Kohler McGillen trying to make the pass on Lucas Sipka.
Yeah, don't look now. Jared Wilson actually has just broken into the top 15. He was involved in that first incident. I think he got a little tag of damage, but he's had a really good run working his way through the field. Our local ASCA lawyer.
And currently 3 wide right behind him. That's Budimlik and Nathan Inman. Inman in the wall right now. A little bit of a hard time on this run, but Budimlik put them 3 wide in the front stretch, and looks like that's paying off dividends. He takes 15th for now.
Yeah, Budimlik, we haven't really said his name much today. I don't think I said it at all until now. He kind of needs a good run here. He's actually coming in as a 10th seed into the playoffs, 6 back from the cut line. He really needs a good run here to make up some points on the guys with the cut line.
Yeah, started at the back. He's kind of stuck there for most of the race, but I think at this point he's slowly but surely starting to make his way through there. He's still got an entire half of the race left, so he's got plenty of time to try and work out a Nicky B strategy, as I like to call it.
Nicky B strategy indeed, and this could really be the race where we could see one of those, because they pit, I want to make sure I get my numbers right here, on lap 28. They can make it about 40 or so laps on a tank of gas. That gets them to about lap 60, and that can make it on one stop to 100. Now the question is, will we see some guys try to do a little bit of a 2-stop here? Is there enough tire wear to make that work? I don't really know. We're going to see that probably around maybe lap 50, 55 or so, unless that window is already closed, but I think they need to go a little bit longer. Oh! As we see O'Connor get tagged by Ryan Kwan. That was for P4. He saved it though. Great driving by them.
I do want to say though, before the last caution came out, there was about a second of fall off up to that point. So the tires are definitely wearing, which is good. It's just how they're wearing. That's the question. Is it burning off the right front? Is it burning off the right rear? Is it burning evenly? That's going to dictate how you're going to approach this pitch strategy right here.
I do want to say it's been almost, it's been 20 laps since the restart. As we compare the times now, you can see the fastest lap of the race of Kyle Turzak right now. Well, his fastest lap was a 31.6. That last lap was a 32.9. That's about a second and a third of fall off from 20 laps.
Yeah, that's definitely significant for sure. And that's a guy with clean air. These guys stuck in dirty air, I'm sure they're running like 33 threes, 33 fives. So honestly, I don't hate the strategy of a two-stop here, especially if you're a guy who's not in the playoffs, like a Kohler McGillen or a Nathan Inman. Some guys who we know can have some pace and just want to try something different. Maybe even like a Nicholas Rudimlik, who we know will do some wacky strategies. It could really pay dividends for them here, especially if it goes green all the way.
Kyle Turzak leading the first lap past halfway. Wallace in second. Schmidt is currently third. Lindsay fourth, and Ryan Kwan's in 28 is in fifth. I was about to say his number, the 28 of Ryan Kwan.
Yeah, I was about to
Caught
say,
it there almost right before I said it. But that might not be for long, as here comes Ethan O'Connor for fifth.
And speaking of people moving through the field, Justin L. Johnson, the winner of the Atlanta race, who did play some really nice fuel strategy, which we could see again tonight. He has actually been on a roll so far. He started 18th, he's up to 8th, 10 spots gained from the start, and he's looking for some more here. I do want to hand a little question over to AJ, if you don't mind, AJ.
Yeah, what's up?
I know your wisdom about short pitting and overcutting and all of that. If you were in Micah Wallace's situation right now, what would you do? Would you short pit or would you go long?
Definitely would short pit, and it'd have to be within a tight window too. You can't let Kyle Turzak pit at the same time as you, or even after you. There's just not going to be enough time for you to make up the time with how the tires wear out at the moment. I'm pretty sure I remember the last time in Michigan when I got to this point and talking about this.
Yeah.
The guy did the exact opposite of what I asked him to do. So that kind of goes to show my strategies don't. These guys are not watching the broadcast. It clearly shows.
They should, because if I heard that from AJ Heyer, I think I'd listen.
No, don't listen to me.
He's a multi-time ASCA winner.
No, it's okay.
ASCA champion.
Although one thing I am noticing, and I don't know if you guys have pointed it out yet, especially in 1 and 2, you can see it. A lot of guys, they've moved away from that bottom groove. They've gone mostly towards the middle and that top groove. It just shows the rubber is starting to lay down now, and that bottom's getting tight.
Well, yeah, even 3 and 4, you can really see it. That bottom line is very rubbered in, but it's still somewhat working. But yeah, that's going to be a huge factor here. We saw that at Darlington. It kind of made it like a one-curve racetrack because of how tight that track is. But we can really see the spread here at Chicagoland a lot easier.
I do want to say real quick, Gage Bennett did get lapped there while we were talking, and he's going to be the first car to lap down.
Jared Wilson is pitting. Sorry. Jared Wilson is pitting. He's in 15th. This could be the first person trying to do a little bit of a two-stopper here. As he is committed to the bit. Someone else trying to pit.
Justin Johnson.
Justin Johnson's going to spin.
In front of him.
Oh, no.
And Michael Steinbeck.
We were just talking about him.
Oh, the commentator's curse strikes again.
Man.
Anyways, alongside him, Michael Steinbeck, who we just saw on pit road earlier, he's leaving it right now. He was the first one to jump on it. Let's see if that pays off first.
Yeah, 55 laps. So they're going to try to split here roughly, trying to do some quick math here, 27 laps or so, which means they don't really need to save too much tires. They can go all out and then they pit again, and just hopefully they can get enough time back to where it makes it worth it.
Michael Barbaric. Yeah, no, I think we're starting to see the pit cycle. Yeah.
Ethan O'Connor said he's pitting.
That's when the Lear's pitting in.
And that's when the top 5. They're currently rounding out a 4. If you're watching them dive on
Lucas
the pit road
Sipka
right
as
here.
well. Lucas Sipka, sorry, not William Gregler. Oscar Johnson Liu as well. Duncan Fall had some issues getting down. So this is where we're going to see a big split, I believe. I think the leaders, they'll stay out and trust that the one stop will work. But a lot of these guys opting for the two-stop strategy, like I mentioned earlier, really very interesting to see if it pays off.
Oh, Terzak, here we go. He's handing out the window. He's pitting.
Terzak. Oh,
if I was Michael Walls, I'd pit right with him. You can't let him get an advantage.
Yeah, you gotta follow him right in. Terzak goes in.
in.
Walls goes in as well.
Yep, that gives the lead to William Schmidt. Now I really do wonder, do I have my math wrong? Can they not make out one more stop? As we see Nicholas Redeemlich coming in as well this coming lap. We do see William Schmidt, Payson Lindsay staying out for hopefully longer than I think they will.
I know.
As I say that, they're both pitting. They're both pitting. No. No.
I mean, to be fair, the entirety of the field's currently on pit road. You see from people like Bailey Herbertson to the leaders of Michael Walls. You just got to slam down pit road.
Okay.
Speaking of which, here comes Schmidt.
Yeah, that's the rest of the field there coming into pit. I must have been wrong with my calculations, and it must be a two-stop to the end. I was fed wrong
You did
information.
say the fuel run was around 40 laps, right?
It was around 40 laps, yes.
So that's definitely doable. That's about only a lap, maybe a lap and a half that you got to save for the guys that pit late. So it's within reach. It's just, are you willing to save that much?
And when watching pit stop timers, there are two people that have set off my curiosity. That being the 08 of Ashton Champion and the 73 of Michael Barbaric. They have 11-second pit stops compared to everyone else having 14.
Yeah, sounds like two tires, I believe. Michael Barbaric, I don't know where he is on track, I'm going to be honest. He's 18, so that doesn't really affect too much. But Ashton Champion came out ahead of Kyle Terzak by about a second. I don't expect him to actually compete with Kyle Terzak and all of them for the lead, but this could be a really good strategy play here, get some track position.
Yeah, no, it's either that or he's really hoping the dirty air can affect Terzak enough to outweigh the grip advantage that's about to happen here. As you just watched him close a half a second on the front stretch alone. That's a whole different term of pace here. Yeah, it's going to be no diff. Let's be real.
Yeah, we're going to see Kyle Terzak look to the inside here and just blow past him.
Yeah, but a good
we
job.
do have some more retirements. Unfortunately, Gage Bennett has pulled his car into the garage. He is done for the night, as well as CJ Ehrman, who I believe was the guy who wrecked Nina Hancock. Yeah, so he's been out of the race.
To be fair, I was talking about him not getting CTE. He might have got CTE, so they didn't allow him the car.
Possibly, yes. I do want to do a little tidbit here. Enoch Hancock, he actually has Aiden Walker on as his crew chief, and
he actually did it.
He actually did it. He's actually having Aiden Walker. No, it was not. Aiden Walker's in the session.
That wasn't fitting. Oh my goodness!
Wait, that means he paid him. That means he paid him.
Yes, he paid Aiden Walker to crew chief him.
Dude, Enoch's goated.
Speaking of goated, Bailey Herbertson up to 24th.
How about that?
I say that like
in the first
that's an accomplishment, but hey, he's beating some heavy hitters like Dylan Fox and Enoch Hancock, so good for him.
He's seen heavy hitters and he's taken heavy hits already so far in his tenure here in the Truck Series. On lap 6-7 back in Iowa, on lap 1 in Darlington. It's been a couple rough ones, but let's hope he can round up for a nice good day here. He's going to pass and possibly go for another guy here, the 18 of Ethan McCook. That'll be for 23rd.
Yeah, I do want to highlight one of our playoff guys, Jacob Mitchell. You know, he has not had very good runs, and frankly, I'll be honest, he only made the playoffs because he showed up in every race. I was kind of looking for him to maybe give us a little bit of a surprise coming into tonight, maybe running top 15 or so, but I mean, he's not even that bad of a run. He qualified 26th up to 21st right now. Maybe needs some more things to happen here, but definitely not the best run you could have asked for coming into the first round of playoffs.
I'm just saying, can we talk about the guy behind Jacob Mitchell? Can we get a bike blocks update?
Yeah, well, he's in 21st. He qualified 30th, so he's up 9 spots, AJ. Not too bad of a run for Michael J. Bikeworks. He's actually looking to pass Jacob Mitchell, I think. I can't tell if Jacob Mitchell just passed him, but he's there. He's beating Michael Boberick as well, one of the big OG names from the Roblox days, as Marcus would say. Yeah, solid run from Michael Bikeworks. I think he's just trying to play this race safe after his very bad LePage of John Babineau at Indy Road and almost being banned from the series, but you know, yeah,
but he didn't get banned. That's the thing.
He didn't get banned though, and he is here at Chicagoland. So, congrats to Michael Bikeworks. You know.
Well, that was happening on track. William Schmidt's tracked down the 99 of Payson Lindsay. He's going to be looking for 7th here if he can make a move anytime soon.
Yeah, as we just saw Ian Jankoff get passed by Kyle Turzak to go a lap down here. So he's kind of hoping for a caution at this point. Very heavy front damage, so he's really hoping for a miracle here.
I hate to be a little bit rude, but I think he's hoping a little bit more than a caution. I think he's hoping this race to flip a coin and turn into the wreck fest we saw in the early half of the season.
Yeah,
that's what he's hoping for.
You could be hoping that, like, you know, Chris just, you know, restarts the race as well. I think that would be really helpful.
I think he's hoping that Chicagoland gets bulldozed after the Cup race in real life. At this point, you never know what Enoch can cock.
You never know. You are right. But what I do know is Nicholas Budimlik slowly starting to make his way up to the field. I think he was one of the later ones to pit, if I'm correct.
He was.
Possibly. He was perfect. Well, he's up to 10th right now with a little bit fresher tires. I expect some good things coming from Nicholas Budimlik here.
Gives a perfectly timed caution, too. He's right back in this thing.
Oh, definitely. As we come to 30 laps to go here, as Turzak crosses the line. Now, the big question is, can they make it to the end? I don't know, because, you know, these guys pitted so much earlier than I thought they would. But, if they do have to pit more time, when will they come in? I think it's a big question. Do you come in really early if you're Michael Walls?
Yeah, if you know you can't make it, then it'd just be around the 20 to go mark, I'd say. But if you're feeling dangerous, then you could just do a splashing go a couple laps to go.
And
I do want to know,
they are going.
Yeah, no, they are going a little bit crazy here in about 7th right now. That's Jared Wilson, the 99 Payson Lindsay. They were bumping and banging on the front stretch, giving each other a few taps. And it's getting a little bit crowded over here for 6th.
Yeah, Jared Wilson, he was one of the first ones to come in on that pit strategy. So he's kind of feeling that consequence there of pitting early, but not too bad. The position's gained as, ooh, they're going to be close off turn 4 there. He came in around 15th or so, I believe, and he's up to 7th right now. Not too bad. Going back to the whole Turzak, Michael Walls pit strategy when they pit. AJ, if you are Kyle Turzak, who is constantly just gaining on Michael Walls, I believe he was about a 10th faster, although he was actually a 10th slower, but he was faster the last few laps. Do you go longer if you see Michael Walls pit with 20 to go or so, or do you try to come a lap later?
I mean, if you know you can make it, then you're just hitting your marks at this point. You're not really focused on anything else, especially with this big of a gap. But yeah, if he does pit, and if he can't make it, if anyone can't make it, then you can afford to lose a lap with the gap that he has. You just can't go any longer than that, because then you're kind of stuck with the dirty air that you'd have to deal with. Or if I'm having a stroke, that's okay though, because all he has to do is just not make sure that Michael Walls gets in front of him.
Great show. Speaking of great runs, Oscar Johnson Liu up from 31st at the start. He's up to 13th. What a great run by Oscar today. That's what's going on right now throughout the field.
It's like Michigan.
It is. Hey, AJ, you should be in the booth more often, man.
I guess.
They race so clean when you're here, man. We had that 1 lap or the 2
But now you gotta get Diego in so he can
oh my
run
god.
the broadcast.
Jesus.
I mean, improve the broadcast. I'm sorry.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I think you lost weight too. This series is boring.
Yeah, I
too.
should.
Oh no, I read out the go do something real quick.
Well,
If we had commercials, they'd be right here.
back to the Hornets Magic game.
Yeah,
We're not doing too hot.
That.
We're down 76 to 48 right now. As Ethan O'Connor is coming in this time. AJ, this is right around that window you're talking about, with about 20 laps to go or so.
It's starting.
Michael Wallace comes down. Michael Wallace comes down.
They can't make it.
Unless they do it like a certain someone pulled off last time when we were at Atlanta.
Justin L. Johnson. But now if you're Terzak, do you come in this time? Do you go one more lap just to get a little bit of pressure tires on Michael Walls? That's a big question here. Does Michael Walls take 2 tires, possibly? That's also a strategy with 20 to go or so.
Yep, here he comes.
Terzak in. Yep,
He's got to nail
in.
this pit entry right here. And he does
Good.
so.
Yep, good entry from the looks of it. Ryan Kwan stays out with William Schmidt behind him. As well as Pace and Lindsay, they're going to go a little bit longer here.
This will be close, though, because if Micah didn't mess up his pit stop, it's going to be at least under a second that he can deal with right now. And that puts him back in this race if everything plays out right.
Yola is in. Michael Wallace back on track here. Doesn't have to deal with too much traffic ahead of him. See some more players. Duncan Fall, William Gregory are in. Ryan Kwan is in as well.
Oh, Duncan Fall yawing it out a little there. Same with Brendan Simon back there.
He's out pit road. Michael Walls is entering turn 1 and 2 right now. It's going to be close, I think. I lied. It might not be close at all. I think Terzak's going to hold the lead by a good margin here.
He just had that good of a pit stop, I feel like.
Yeah, Nicholas Budinlik staying out a little bit. Yeah, he had a really good pit stop because that gap did not shrink at all.
Yeah, no, Michael Wallace had the over slow going on to entry. Terzak just had it perfect, and that was a time difference about nearly a second, and it's showing on track right now.
Yeah, that'll do it for sure. Now the question is, can any of these leaders make it to the end? We saw it happen with Justin L. Johnson at Atlanta. I expect maybe a Jacob Mitchell as well, or Michael Steinbach. They could possibly make it as well if they've been saving. We will see, but that is huge for Kyle Terzak. He's going to keep that lead, or provisional lead, if we think everyone's going to pit here. Michael Walsh will be hoping for a caution here to have any sort of chance at Kyle Terzak.
Yeah, but he's going to get past Schmidt, who's on the bottom. Schmidt opens up the bottom for Terzak. He's going to be able to get his lap back for now, but he's got to go around a whole nother lap to catch up to him now.
Yep. I will say we do have one guy who's staying out so far who could pull a strategy out of his hat, and that is Nicholas Budimlik. He is in third right now. Yes, he's pitting. Okay. Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, and William Schmidt pits. Okay.
Well,
Payson
that
Lindsay
puts
stays
it
out.
all on Payson Lindsay.
Yeah, Payson Lindsay, Nathan Inman, Jacob Mitchell, Camden Elric has also stayed out, but he's really far off the pace. So realistically, about 3 more guys who are staying out long here. See if they can possibly stretch it to the end here. If they can on fuel, they have the track position and the time. I think they could. I just don't know if they have enough fuel in these trucks.
I think the only problem, though, that I have with Pace's strategy at the moment is that it doesn't help that he's a playoff driver. And if this doesn't work out by going long, and this goes green, this is really going to hurt him. I feel like if I was in his position, I, at this point, know that going green in the race is pretty much lost. So I just stay on the strategy with the leaders and just salvage a good point stay. But big risk, but also potentially a big reward if this plays off Pace.
Yeah, I do want to give a little shout out to Jacob Mitchell who's staying out. That could be huge. If a caution comes out right now and Jacob Mitchell is still on track, there's only 8 cars on the lead lap. That is absolutely a huge game changer for Jacob Mitchell if he can get a caution to fall at the right spot.
You know, he's no stranger to getting these lucky cautions. He's got it once at Las Vegas. He led a couple laps following that too. So he's looking for the magic to happen again here at Chicagoland.
Yes, a lot of these guys are pitting in now or passing Payson Lindsay here. I will say though, Payson did go a little bit longer. He went about 60 laps before he pit. So realistically, if you can go about 40 laps here, he can make it to the end on fuel. Nathan Iman, he pit really early. He pit 55. He probably can't make it. Jacob pit lap 58. Okay, so I would say Jacob and Payson would be our best two shots at someone stretching it to the end here. Because I don't really see any other reason you stretch it so long with about 15 to go. As we see Nathan Iman, he's going to be coming in this time. Especially when you're a playoff guy like Payson Lindsay, like AJ mentioned, it's just a huge risk here, especially if no caution comes out and you can't make it on fuel. You just lost a ton of spots. As Camden is coming in from P4, that'll give Kyle Turzak 4th place here. I think Jacob Mitchell might be paying in here. Payson Lindsay is coming in this time, so
Camden,
nobody can make it on fuel.
This pit entry, this is going to hurt him a lot.
Oh, he was in the back already, unfortunately.
I know, but that just adds salt to the wound. That was, well, this week. Oh my God! Yeah, Payson Lindsay pitted.
Oh, okay. Payson Lindsay pit, but Jacob Mitchell is staying out even longer. So I think Nathan Iman had some kind of issue on his stop because he has just left the race.
I think he might have sped on entry.
He may have sped.
Well, that's unfortunately how the cookie crumbles.
It is. Oh, and this is okay. This is gonna be. I like the strategy for Jacob because now he gets a lap lead point. The only thing is he's hoping for a caution because with 13 to go, he doesn't have that much time for the new tires, especially with how fast they are. But he's staying out. He really could be a guy who can make it to the end here.
You know, for reference, Jacob Mitchell is going to be entering one here, and Turzak's exiting 4. That I don't think could he have it? He's got 13. He's got less than 12 laps at the line to pull it off. So this is going to be a gamble.
It'll be very hard. It doesn't sound like he's saving fuel at all, so he's probably hoping for a caution here. But if you're Jacob Mitchell, you don't really care about Kyle Turzak or Michael Wallace. If you can take a top 10 after running 30th, like the entire race, you'll take it. That's a really good point to say. Ooh, the Hornets are slowly close. No, I lied. They're still down 26. Never mind.
Pitting. Mitchell's pitting.
Oh, man.
That's going to be it.
So it's going to come down to Turzak and Michael Wallace here.
Or
Michael Wallace has not been
happened.
able to... he hasn't been able to close the gap at all, unfortunately. So all eyes would be on a caution here, most likely, for this battle for the lead. But give a huge shout to Jared Wilson, who will cycle out to P4 right now. I lied, P5 because he just got past William Schmidt. Great recovery drive from him after being involved in that first lap brick. Up from 33rd. He wasn't even supposed to be in the race, but he was lucky Jacob Quill left. He might get a top 5 here, which is a really good run for him in his debut.
I do want to say this has been an impressive run for Turzak. He's led the most laps today, and he's on board to get another win. Yeah,
great run by him. If only he was in the playoffs, I don't even know if he would probably be a title favorite. If only he was here a little more. Yeah, no kidding. Nicholas Badimlik, we were talking about him earlier. He might come home 7th here with about 9 to go if everything stays right. He was one of those guys that pit later in the run. His new tires are starting to come into fruition here. Lucas Sipka in 9th. Good run for him. Some playoff guys who, not really the best runs. Payson Lindsay, unfortunately, the strategy didn't pay off. There's a bunch of cars in front of him, though. He could get a few spots here, especially with his new tires. So maybe something to keep an eye on here. We close into about 9 laps to go here.
it's just been one hell of a day for Turzak, as he's going to be trying to lap Dylan Fox, who's in the last yellow of the race. But let's just say the book might be shut, as Walls has a second, almost 2 seconds of a gap.
It very much could be, but it very much could be, but we do see some 3 wide battling for 17th.
I was gonna say,
right
oh
now.
man, that was close.
Yeah.
They were almost 4 wide on the front stretch, battling for 12th place.
Throughout the field, there really isn't too many battles that could bring out a caution here. Very hard to get one here. There's about 7 to go here.
Yeah, no,
I just said here a lot, I just realized.
we did say a similar thing back in Atlanta. Look how that happened.
We did. You are right. And it was a very similar top 3 or top 5. William Schmidt was up there when that happened. I don't think anyone else. Actually, wasn't Turzak up there? I think Turzak was up there. I forgot. Hey, you know, I will say though, Jacob Mitchell's strategy of running long might actually somewhat work here, because he is up to 19th now. It's going to be hard for him to catch any of the guys ahead of him, but really a top 20 here is a pretty solid day, especially with the issues that Ian Hancock had because of both the cut line, the bad days from, sorry, I'm blanking, Payson Lindsay, some of the other guys. It could keep him somewhat in the running here, but he's going to need to get really lucky later on.
If he really can, I think he could pull off getting 18th at least. Taking it from Ashton Champion. But that's going to take a little bit of an undertaking using those fresh tires he has.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. He's not. I don't think Mitchell's even a second faster than Champion here, so it's going to be very hard. He's going to need a few mistakes from Champion to get that spot.
Yeah. A second and a
one guy who's not
faster
making
than him right now, but ultimately, I think him having a good week is set off here. As there's a little bit of a bump there going into the backstretch from Budimlik to Jared Wilson, who's running 7th right now.
Yeah, Budimlik just got past him for 6th place here. As they're both chasing down Duncan Fall for a top 5. Don't know really what that was about, but he's moving, I can tell you that.
You know, I don't think Jared Wilson appreciated that little bump going onto the backstretch, exiting 2. He's driving a little bit harder into the corners than normal, but might be an attempt. It might be an attempt, but it doesn't mean it will get done. Three laps to go.
3 laps, yep.
Turzak
One thing Turzak does not want to see is a caution.
Yep. But what a day for him. Most laps led, and well, I should say mostly calm day of seeing the empty road. For the rest of the field, however, he'll probably say something different.
Turzak, I don't know. I don't think he's won yet this season.
No, he's on his way to his first.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I'm curious, did he ever win any races the Roblox era? Would this be his first?
I don't think so.
You know, I think this would require a Vanderlee to tell us about
a certain Vanderlee, yeah.
Well, we don't have a certain Vanderlee.
Yeah. I'm going to have to say no, though. I don't think he did.
That is the battle for 23rd right there. 3rd lap down, but white flag, 1 to go from the Windy City. And it's just been a great day for Turzak. As lapping Enoch Hancock, one last just to put salt in the wound. But they are going to be 2 wide out back. And that's all for what I said earlier, 23rd. But what a day for Kyle Turzak. Coming out of 4, he's going to go for his first big win here from Chicagoland.
How about that for Kyle Turzak? Flag-to-flag domination, not even in the playoffs, and he's showing the field right now that, hey, if he was in the playoffs, he's probably the guy to beat.
Yeah, great showing. Did he lead all the laps?
I really do think he
I
did.
He might be one
apart
short,
from
maybe one
apart
or
from the pit
two.
strategy, but I think he led all the laps where he had the lead. I'm like pretty sure. Well, actually, okay, that was really dumb. I just
I think
realized.
Gavin just said first time in 6 years that Kyle's won a NASCAR race. So
Wow,
Yeah,
that's impressive.
first time in iRacing, but that makes it another win for Kyle Turzak. Era to era.
He's gonna burn it down here.
So coming out of Chicagoland, Kyle Turzak takes the big win with Michael Walls in second. Ryan Kwan is in third. William Schmitz in fourth. Duncan Foz fifth. Nicholas Budimlik sixth. Jared Wilson in an impressive seventh. Jason Lindsay's eighth. Ethan O'Connor is in ninth place, and Lucas Sipka rounds out the top 10.
All right, coming on 11th will be William Viola tonight, followed by Eli Bodine in 12th, Kohler McGillen in 13th, with Brendan Timing behind him in 14th. Oscar Johnson Liu up to 15th for the finish. William Gregory coming home in 16th. Justin Johnson, after missing pit road, is going to rebound to 17th here. Ashton Champion comes home 18th. Jacob Mitchell with a solid run in 19th. And Michael J. Steinbach will come home 20th.
and then going down to 21st, we're gonna have Ethan McCook. 22nd is gonna be Dylan Fox. Bailey Herbertson 23rd. AJ Lombardi in 21st. Oh my God. Michael Barbaric in 25th. Enoch Hancock had trouble in the middle of the race. Wasn't really able to recover. Stuck 2 laps down in 26th. Camden Elrich in 27th. Aiden Graham finishing 28th. Nathan Inman 29th. Gage Bennett 30th. CJ Erdman in 31st. And finishing 97 laps down on the first rack to round out the field, George Tolzman.
What a race. A returning winner, well, era to era, first of all. Let's bring in the big winner, the 52 himself, Kyle Turzak. How we feeling after flag to flag domination?
Honestly, I didn't expect that. I ran this track a couple weeks ago in the Xfinity car, and it was actually a league with TJ Majors, Dale Hurd Jr., and all those guys there. And I put in a lot of time because I realized they had a lot of big names in there, and I was really good in that race. I had like a 2-second lead until I got wrecked by a lap car, and I just took that knowledge to here. I knew that the top was going to be pretty good. So I kind of picked them on the restarts right there, and as you can see, I just held down Micah as close as I can to the white so I can get the drive off, and I worked really well, and I felt like with the dirty air is really bad here, and I was trying to run the bottom. That's where I felt the most comfortable, and the green flag pit stops was a bit sketchy, but we got it done at the end.
Yeah, great run tonight, Turzak. Playoff spoiler tonight being Michael Walls. I would say, what strategy did you have tonight? But it was really simple. You just kind of covered Michael Walls whenever he pit. Did you have any really worry that Michael Walls could catch up to you, or did you kind of knew the dirty air would help you hold him off here and kind of cruise to victory?
On restarts, yes. I knew that restarts were a big game here tonight, and once he pitted for that last time, honestly, I was aiming for like 80-ish to come down to pit road, and big shout out. Even though he wrecked out and he sucks all the time, big shout out to George Tolzma for being the big spot man, he said, he's talking about, he went down, and I asked what my lap time was, and I realized I was going to be a second slower, and he was 2 seconds behind. So I came down immediately, and I feel like that was a winning move right there. If I would have gone maybe 2 to 5 laps later, he would have won that race. So, can't be thankful enough for Chris and you guys for putting this on. Had a lot of fun tonight. Honestly, I honestly expected Bristol to be my first win, not here. So, check off that one for the big tracks. Now we go to Watkins Glen, which I'm actually really good at on the Cup car, but I know the truck is a whole different animal. So we're gonna go
And
there and try to go win that as
I
also.
do want to note, really importantly, it's Watkins Glen, but how do I put it? How do I explain it to you guys? Oh yeah, no, we just forgot the boot. We're straight lining it. Boot. No, not the boot, but the bus stop.
Yeah, I was about to say.
We forgot the bus stop. We are going straight
Oh,
past
we're not doing
that.
the bus stop.
Yeah, we're bus
Damn,
stop.
that's my best section. Never mind, I'm not winning that race. I'll probably be top five, but um, I was
Hey,
honestly
things
just looking
change.
forward to Bristol. I was just here to get some experience because big time. I just got signed to Nexus Esports, so big shout out to them also.
Oh, I just got an invite to their Discord server not too long ago. I didn't
Are you
join, but
serious?
yeah, he sent me an invite.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they're partnering with our short track program, so big shout out to um, Ryan Kuhn and all the guys at Nexus. Great opportunity there. I know they got a lot of good guys, and most of them are actually in the top 10. I want to say for the qualifying stage for Coke, so that's pretty cool.
So outside the organization, is there anyone else you want to shout out?
Yeah, like I said, I want to thank Chris and you guys for the broadcast. Our Camp Stop shop. I got to change the logos. Hot Shot Photography for the best iRacing photos. I want to thank Corey Buddy Raps, 918 Designs. Everybody's watching back at home. Turzak Racing. Um, yeah.
Alrighty then. Well, you go celebrate your win, and you have a good night.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Well, anyways, we got to go to. I think this is a little bit of a disturbing trend. A week-to-week bridesmaid, Michael Walls. In terms of strategy, that did not play out well. But what was the big plan there?
Yeah, I mean, I just knew I had to try to short pit, and hopefully he went long, and he didn't. So we lost the race because Dirty Air is awful, and he was just really, really good tonight. That was nothing I could do.
Yeah, ultimately, like you saw there, once like the leaders get out, like once you get out of their draft range, it's just over for anybody that's trying to get to the leaders. But besides that, Connor, you got anything?
Yeah, Michael Walls, Chris just updated the points. So you are about 41 points above the cut line. Really solid day. I would say you're basically locked into the final five, but just going into Watkins Glen and give me a quick second to find the other track. Bristol. How are you feeling going to those two tracks?
I mean, Watkins Glen, I'm not great on road courses, so we just gotta go in there and try to survive. Maybe possibly we can get a top 10 somehow, some way. But we just gotta try to find a way to survive in Bristol. It's gonna be mayhem. Qualifying is gonna mean everything, and not being in the back with all the hooligans. So
Yeah. Well, you gotta fear for the hooligans up front as well. You gotta hooligans everywhere. You've seen how Bristol goes. Like you see the people that will respect you just absolutely slam into you. It's it's just chaos. And well, I already told Turzak this, but we're going to Watkins Glen next week. We're taking no bus stop.
yeah,
What do you
y'all
feel
are
about that?
animals.
Yeah, no, that was
Yeah,
Chris's
y'all
great
are
idea.
insane.
So yeah, we get to have.
What do you mean, man?
I don't know. I'm hearing a little bit of chaos and a little bit of fun, possibly, and someone probably dying. Let's be real.
Yeah, somebody's definitely just full throttle in that corner, just not letting off, killing somebody.
Yeah. Well, anyways, is there anybody you want to shout out back at home?
I got to shout out to you guys. Shout out Jerry Wilson, that's my lawyer. Nah, shout out cockroaches.
Hey, also speaking of which, you get this special question before you leave. Jared Wilson finished 7th today. That was a great outing for him. How are we feeling about that?
That's a great outing for him. He listened. I mean, he got kind of put back in the pack, not qualifying well. So I told him to short pit and try to get ahead of these guys, and it worked out for him. So
Yeah, I do have a quick question. I'm kind of interested because he did qualify 33rd, and they usually only take the top 32. Did Gavin make an exception because
Jacob Will didn't show
okay,
up. So
that's what we assumed.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, here's our lawyer. Hello.
yeah.
Wait, am I in here? Oh my gosh, am I on?
that's my lawyer.
You're on.
Hey.
You're on.
I wanna say right away. I was listening to Micah. Micah said that he told me to short pit. He did not. I did. That was my decision.
You're lying, Jared.
You're lying. I
You're
was stuck
lying.
behind. Well, I was
My
stuck
lawyer's a
behind
liar.
those guys. Right. I was stuck behind those
That boy's
guys
a
on
lawyer.
14th, and I said, "Well, I need to. You want to try to make time when you have clear track, and when you're around away from other people here, you can really make time." And so I did, and that put me ahead of a lot of those guys I was racing around. But it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I should have not been in the race, but somebody didn't show up, so that worked out. And I showed up like 2 minutes into the session. I've not driven a truck at Chicago in probably 3 years or longer. So that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed racing with everybody. The guy in the 90 car made me mad. He was running his mouth on the radio the whole time. That aggravated me. But I had fun running around. Ryan Kwan.
Nikki.
Of course, it was
Duncan
Nikki.
Fall, my man, did good. I was excited. I'm really tickled. Hey, look, I'm an attorney by trade, so I'm a yapper. So I can sit here and talk all night long. Whatever y'all want to talk about, I can talk about it. So.
All right, well, then
Hey,
Nikki was
hey,
probably the first
you-
guy to get mad at.
Go ahead.
All right. But
Hey,
before
hey,
you
I
get
do have one
bad,
question. I do
the
have
guy
one
you're
question.
talking about. All right, Connor. Ask him before Nikki realizes.
You a
something happened
waffles
here.
or a pancakes type of guy, Jared?
Wait, what's your name?
Connor.
Connor. It's Connor.
Connor. Okay.
Yeah.
Connor. I'm a pancakes guy. I like pancakes too. What?
Man.
See, but I'm good with waffles too. I'm good with either
Okay.
one. I think
Okay.
both of them very good options. It's syrup and flour combination is good. But I'm a pancake guy. That's what I prefer. I like kind of the light and fluffy as opposed to the kind of hard and crusty stuff. I like that better.
All right, then we'll let you two go. And well, most importantly, we'll see y'all next week at Watkins Glen with no bus stop. So someone's getting straight line.
Is that
there.
true?
Yeah,
Is
no
it for
bus
sure, no
stop.
bus stop.
Yep, no bus stop.
Oh my God! Why are we doing that?
Are we leaving out Ryan Kwan?
No, Ryan Kwan's coming up.
No.
Okay,
He's still our
nice
last
guys.
one. Michael just had a +1 for that one. But now back to Ryan Kwan, 3rd place. Well, how many times has it been in this top 3? But for you, the strategy played out well enough. And well, you finished 3rd once again.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that one. It was a pretty good race. It was a lot of fun. Just lap traffic, people not knowing how to drive. Typical truck race,
Yeah.
Yeah, huge point saves for you. I actually didn't know this. This is to kind of like Wayne and the others. Cole Wilson didn't show up.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think
So-
about that.
Yeah, so he's now last in the playoffs. But Ryan Kwan, you jumped up to 2nd. You are about, I want to say, give or take 15 points or so above the cut line, heading into Watkins Glen and Bristol. How are you feeling so far?
Yeah, I mean, I feel good. I felt like this was going to be a hit or miss race, really. I like mile and a halves, and Chicagoland is definitely one of my favorite mile and a halves. But with how the truck package has been, it's just kind of here or there, whether you're going to be good or not. And it kind of shaped out like it was going to be one of those races where everyone was bunched up. But once you got to that long run, you really got to see who was saving their tires, and it was fun. So, I mean, Watkins Glen, I don't know how I feel about the no bus stop. It's probably going to be boring, but I mean, it ran well at Indy, so hopefully it pays out. And Bristol's just Bristol, so.
Damn, this
Alright, I
guy's
do
still
have-
questions.
Yeah, I do have one more question that you probably would have not asked him. Kwan, are you more of a flats or a drums type of guy?
Ooh, that's a tricky question. I'm going to go with
There's only one right answer.
I'm going to go with the drum.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Well, shoot, I don't got nothing else. What's some other questions? Are you a fan of the dirty air in the trucks, Ryan Kwan?
No, iRacing sucks. I pay way too much money for these trucks to drive like garbage and dirty air. Fix it, please.
Yeah,
See,
no,
that was the answer.
yeah,
That
no,
was the answer.
nobody's gonna say, yeah, I'm a big fan of dirty air.
Maybe
I
you're
mean, the
Kyle
people who lead the
Turzak.
most laps are, you know.
Shoot.
Yeah, whoever's up front, they think dirty air, but if you're right behind them, you don't think dirty air. But ultimately, Ryan Kwan, who do you want to? Is there anybody you want to shout out back at home?
Well, I'll shout out Jason Samito. You know, he was good on the box today. Didn't absolutely throw my race away. Really, really grateful for that. Shout out Corbin Collins. You know, free my guy. Didn't do anything wrong at Darlington.
So true,
We'll
so
see him
true.
next week. I feel bad. I feel like every time I come on here, I harass Uriel. So I'll give Uriel a shout out. And shout out Marcus for not being here. It just made
So
this
true.
interview a lot more smooth.
Of course, man. You're welcome.
Well, outside of that, I hope you have a good night, Ryan Kwan.
You guys too. Thank you.
Well, that sets everything up for, well, tune in on Monday when the Cup Series come to Chicagoland and when somebody goes into the grass in the backstretch and straight lines somebody in turn 3.
It won't
Keep
be
an eye
me.
on that. Was that Connor?
I said it won't be me.
Yeah, no, it's hoping you. It always affects somebody in the back, though, so keep an eye on that when that happens in the Cup Series on Monday. But next week, we tackle Watkins Glen, the Finger Lakes, but with an important, well, I would say addition, but subtraction. We go straight lining. We're going to see the top speeds of both cars without a bus stop. And that will provide a little more dynamic and a little bit more of a Hail Mary depending on who you are and what's up and your race style. But we'll see about that next week. But until then, I'm Wade A. Kennedy, and I'd like to thank, Connor Shafari and AJ Hyder, who were right beside me all broadcast long. But till next